እንደምን ዋላችሁ እንደምን ከረማችሁ። እዚህ አዲስ የጀመርን ያለነውን የቢዝነስ ሞዴል ምን አይነት ቢዝነስ ሞዴል ነው የሚል የፋይናንስ እውቀት ያለው ሰው ቢጠይቃችሁ እኔንም የጠይቁኝ ስላሉ ትንሽ መልስ ለመስጠት እንዲያመቸን አሁን ከወጣው የኢትዮጵያ የካፒታል ገበያ ጋር በተያያዘ ህጉን ትንሽ በደንብ መረዳት ስላለብን ወደ ህጉ ከመሄዳችን በፊት ግን እኛ ያሰብነው ቢዝነስ ምን አይነት ነው የሚለውን በደንብ እንድናስተውል ያስፈልጋል። እና አሁን እዚህ ጋር እንድታውቁ የፈለግኩት ምንድን ነው እኛ እያሰብን ያለነው ቢዝነስ አይነት ኃላፊነቱ የተወሰነ የግል አክሲዮን ነው የሚሆነው። ኃላፊነቱ የተወሰነ የግል አክሲዮን ፕራይቬት ሊሚትድ ሼር ካምፓኒ የሚለው ሞዴል ነው የምናደርገው። ምን ማለት ነው? የሚተዋወቁ የሚተማመኑ ሰዎች ለህዝብ ዝም ብሎ ክፍት የሆነ ሳይሆን የሚተዋወቁ የሚተማመኑ ሰዎች አብረው ያላቸውን ሀብትና ጊዜ አዋጥተው እውቀታቸውን አዋጥተው ሊሰሩ የተስማሙበት ቢዝነስ ሆኖ ነገር ግን ይሄ ቢዝነስ ግለሰቦቹ ላይ የተወሰነ የሚሆነው ምንድነው? ይሄ ቢዝነስ ቢፈርስ ወይም ቢከስር የግለሰቦቹን ሀብት አይነካም ማለት ነው። ለምሳሌ እኔ 100,000 ብር አዋጥቼ እዚህ ቢዝነስ ውስጥ ከገባው ቢዝነሱ ቢከስር 100,000 ብር ነው የምከስረው ማለት ነው። ከዛ አልፎ የኔን የግል ንብረት አይነካም ማለት ነው። ወይም እኔ ጋር ስትመዘገቡ እዚህ ቢዝነስ ውስጥ ስትገቡ ያዋጣችሁትን ገንዘብ ያህል ብቻ ነው ኃላፊነት የምትወስዱት። ከዛ በላይ ጉዳት ቢደርስ የኛ ኃላፊነት አይሆንም ማለት ነው። ሁለተኛ እዚህ ቢዝነስ ውስጥ እንደሚገባ ሰው ከመግባቱ በፊት ቀድሞ የመሰረቱ ሰዎች መስማማት አለባቸው። በሶስተኛ ደረጃ የኛ ቢዝነስ አክሲዮን ዝም ብሎ ለህዝብ ክፍት የሚሆን እንደ ተለያዩ ለምሳሌ እንደ ክሪፕቶ የተለያዩ ስቶክ ላይ የሚሸጡ ኦንላይን የሚሸጡ ቢዝነሶች ለማንም ክፍት የሆነ አይደለም። ኦኬ፣ ዝም ብሎ አክሲዮን አይሸጥም ማለት። ለምሳሌ እኔ 100,000 ገዛው፣ አንድ አክሲዮን በ100,000 ብር ገዛው። ከዚህ ቢዝነስ መውጣት ብፈልግ ማንንም አምጥቼ መተካት አልችልም። መጀመሪያ ይሄን ስራ ውስጥ ያሉ ሰዎች መፍቀድ አለባቸው። እና በዛ አይነት ሞዴል ነው እንትን ነው የሚሰራው። እና ትንሽ ምን እንደሆነ የበለጠ እንድትረዱ አንድ ቪዲዮ አይቻለሁና ይሄን ቪዲዮ ላሰማችሁማ። እስቲ አብረን እንስማ። ትንሽ የበለጠ ግልጽ ስለሚያደርገው ማለት ነው። ያው እንዲህ አይነት ዕውቀቶች ኢትዮጵያውያን የበለጠ እየሰሩ በዚህ አይነት ለወጣቱ ተደራሽ ቢያደርጉ ደስ ይለኛል። ግን እንደምታውቁት የኛ አብዛኛው የኛ ወርክ ፎርስ ሙያን ስለማሳደግ ዕውቀት ላይ ምናምን አይደለም፣ ሀሜት ምናምን ተራ ነገሮች ላይ ነው ሚዲያው ላይ የሚበዛው ማለት ነው። እና የህንድ ወይም የሌላ ሀገር ሰዎች የሚሰሩት ነው የሚበዛው። ኪወርድ ሰርች እንኳን ስናደርግ ኃላፊነቱ የተወሰነ የግል ኩባንያ ወይም ፕራይቬት ሊሚትድ ሼር ካምፓኒ ምን እንደሆነ እኔ የተረዳሁትን ያህል ከዚህ ቪዲዮም ጨምሬን የተናገርኩት። እስቲ አብረን እንስማው።
Remember, private limited companies are a type of incorporated organization or incorporated business. And a private limited company, LTD, is a company that is owned by its shareholders, but is managed by its director. And shareholders will choose the director. Now, the key features of a private limited company, number one, is that shareholders are known to the company. And it is theoretically possible to have as little as one shareholder. And because shareholders choose the director, the shareholder, in that case, could choose themselves as the director. But in many cases, private limited companies will have 20, 30, 40, 50 shareholders, and they must decide who the director is. Number two is that shares are not sold on the stock exchange. That is something that a public limited company would have. And three is that shareholders' losses are limited to their investment. So in the case that a company would become bankrupt, well, their personal wealth, their personal assets are protected by limited liability. But what they've invested into the company, when that may be sold off to pay off those debts, well, that is not protected. But what is protected is their personal assets and their personal wealth. That leads into the first key advantage of a private limited company, which is limited liability. And limited liability is that shareholders' personal possessions are not at risk, as we discussed. Therefore, that might encourage them to invest in a private limited company compared to an unincorporated business. Two is you have additional sources of finance here, because if you're a private limited company, you're able to raise finance through selling shares. So that's a type of equity finance. And also you would have the ability to raise debt finance through, for example, loans. So you've got debt and equity finance available to you. Number three is that you have control, because you're a private limited company, you have control over who the shareholders are. So therefore, you have less risk of the fact that there could be conflict between owners and managers. And that's something that's more likely in the case of a public limited company. In that case, they do not have control over who the shareholders will become. So therefore, they are faced with this problem being the divorce of ownership and control. And the final one is, sometimes it's seen that when you're comparing a sole trader to a private limited company, it's seen as having higher prestige, and that might generate more sales. Now, the cons of a private limited company. The first one is, because we said here, shares are not sold on the stock exchange, they have no access to the stock exchange. So a smaller volume of finance is probably available. Remember, when you're a public limited company, there are enormous amounts of finance that you can generate. Number two is you're a private limited company, so you need to share your profits amongst your shareholders, and the more shareholders, that means the more diluted your profits may become. Number three is it's a legal requirement to publish your financial accounts. That's compared to if you're a sole trader or a partnership, where you don't need to publish them, so your competitors may be able to see your financial accounts. Number four, because of number three, is there's more bureaucracy, there's more administration that needs to take place versus an unincorporated business such as a sole trader. You've got to do corporation tax, and you need to register your business, and company accounts need to be done. You need to register it with the company's house, and also with those corporation taxes will have to be dealt with the inland revenue. So that's the pros and the cons of private limited